Hey, hello, and welcome to a new stream. Congratulations, Makik, on actually getting first at the actual beginning of the stream. Wow! Congratulations, hello. Catracer, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Wow. Today's Thursday, which means that tomorrow is Friday. And tomorrow, I might have plans. And it's also my last weekday before I leave for Sweden. So, this might be the last stream for a while. Because I'm leaving for Sweden. I'm leaving this motherfucking heat behind. Yes. The heat wave literally starts this week. And then I'm like, I'm out. I'm so happy. You don't even understand. It's not something that I'm looking forward to experiencing. But oh well. Now let's fix my glasses. Oh. My Bongo Cat is stuck. Rip. I'm freaking out because Bongo Cat got a fucking event, as he usually does. Because it's a goaded pet. This like summer event, and I'm like, bitch, I'm leaving. Fuck you. I'm like, I want to stop. Oh well. Also tried out a new Overwatch hero yesterday. Goated little woman. I love throwing motorcycles. Pew pew pew. Yes. Stop doing it. I don't have time. Too many games are updating. I'll get FOMO. Fuck them all. Okay, but today, I think this is the third time, maybe. I will once again attempt to read some League of Legends lore because I will always think that that's interesting and fun. I don't give a fuck what you motherfuckers think. Oh, it's so boring. Oh, well, fuck you. This is what I want to do. We've tried doing it live. I tried doing it off live and uploading it as videos. That shit takes forever. So now we're doing it live once again. Big shame. Big shame. Hello, someone. And hello, LDK, or I don't even know if it's an I or an L. So either, I don't know, or LDK, whatever the fuck that means. But hello anyway. YouTube person. So yeah. We will attempt to get through this shit because I want to get through this shit, and it's so much to me that I haven't read, and I'm like, this is interesting, and we're still waiting for the bitch ass MMO, which we'll wait for our whole lives if it ever appears in front of our eyes. So I have shit in my glasses and it's annoying me. But yeah. It's still in the works. It will not be live anyway, because I thought it was. But apparently not. So it will be a video uploaded, if anything. I will let you know in the Discord when that time comes. So keep your little eyes peeled. It seems that it will happen at least. What is it that obstructs my vision? Is it my eyes? Might literally have been my eyes. Okay. Well. Yeah, that shit's still going. I'm not in control here, which is why I'm freaking out. Yes. I will add people. But today we're also doing reading. Today we're doing reading. We're once again discovering Runeterra in this little universe that they have created. Oh, it feels weird to like read anything again. We will begin exploring. And I already thought about this. Like, where do we start? We kind of did Piltover and Song because, you know, Arcane and all that hype, you know, love that shit. And then we did Noxus. I think we started here. I think we read this the first time I ever did this. Yeah, we did. And then we kind of started on Noxus a little bit. And then I did the video, so I just did alphabetically. We didn't leave A. They also have a lot of champions on A. But I was like, what makes the most sense here? Of course, it is to start from the top and just work our way down. Like so. Or if we change our mind. Or like if we're like, yeah, I want to start with Freljord. Fuck Ionia. I want to start with Freljord. I'm starting with Freljord. That's where we're going anyway. To Sweden. It's a sign. We will start with Freljord, the old shit. As the old gods and everything. So that's where we will go. We will go to Freljord. And this will be cut off for you. I'm sorry about this. But we're gonna switch. But we're just gonna look at the map a little bit. Cool, right? The Freljord. Is this a picture? No. The frozen lands. Yes, Sweden is not real. Once again. You can see that on screen at least it says level of technology. Low. Love to see that. Here we have tribes. Okay. So here is the Freljord, which we will now dig into. I generally think all of League's lore is based on vibes. It's just so simple, it's almost believable. And we like the vibes. I just tried to 2 times the stream for Chipmunk voice. How did it go? Did it sound exactly the same? No, she's going under. No, she's going under. Oh. No, you can't. But I was like, maybe you can, I guess. If anyone would find a way. I know who it would be. Yeah. Can I... Wait. 2 seconds. I think she will stay in this place now. One thing is that I have the camera on my pupper before. And then she switched. And now she went back to that same spot. So much like a cat, I tell you. Like, what the fuck? How is that? Question mark. She is visible. She also staring right into the camera. Hi, so you. It has been a minute. You're right in time for some League lore. What? Oh, there she is. That's cute, really. There is the little popper. Look at her. But I can't say I'm at the gym right now. Yes, of course. Swole. Must be swole. Get swole. Thank you for joining. New puppy angle. I swear she will stay for 2 seconds and she'll be like, I'm leaving. Did she collapse? She collapsed. Amazing angle. Oh. EP pupper. Anyway. That's what we like to see right now. Eep. The Freljord. Let's fucking go. We'll just read a little bit about the Freljord first, because there's a little bit of text here, so we'll read that. The Freljord is a harsh and unforgiving place, where the people are born warriors, who must persevere against all odds. Proud and fiercely independent, the tribes of the Freljord... We're starting with this again, oh my god. No, I'm getting flashbacks. Proud and fiercely independent, the tribes of the Freljord are often considered wild, rugged, and uncivilized by their neighbors across Valoran, who do not know the ancient traditions that shape them. Many thousands of years ago, the alliance between the sisters Avarosa, Cyrilda, and Lysandra was shattered in a war that unknowingly threatened all of Runeterra, plunging the northern lands into chaos and near constant winter. Now only those truly exceptional mortals who seem immune to the ravages of fire or ice seem destined, or able, to lead. Ew. Despite the best efforts of the Frostguard, myths and legends still endure of the old gods, the enigmatic Yetis and restless spirit walker shamans. Shamans? The raiders of the Winter's Claw range further with each passing year, harrying the borders of Demacia to the south, and the frontiers of Noxus to the east. Finally, seeking a more peaceful future, the fractious independent tribes and clans have begun to offer their allegiance to Ash, young queen of the Avarosans. Even so, the portents are grim. War is surely returning to the Freljord, and none can hope to escape it. No one can escape. And the champions of Freljord are indeed also Ash, but Anivia, which I think has literally like 0 lore. So that's a good start. That's a good start. Let's explore Anivia. Our first little bird. Our first little bird. The Cryo Phoenix. Ew. I am the flurry of the blizzard, the bite of the wind, and the cold of the ice. I am the Freljord, says Anivia. If I scroll soon, maybe I will. Anivia is a benevolent, winged spirit who endures endless cycles of life, death, and rebirth to protect the Freljord. A demigod born of unforgiving ice and bitter winds, she wields those elemental powers to thwart any who dare disturb her homeland. Anivia guides and protects the tribes of the harsh north, who revere her as a symbol of hope and a portent of great change. She fights with every ounce of her being, knowing that through her sacrifice, her memory will endure, and she will be reborn into a new tomorrow. And it says that she has 2 short stories, but this is literally Lissandra's and this is Orn, so fuck Anivia, we only have her bio. I don't feel like they've cared too much about this bird's little history in a while. But it is what it is. So if I scroll now, if I zoom in now, will it be fucked? This is the closest we could go. I mean, this now the text is a bit bigger, you know, but it also says annoyingly in the corner an A there. Oh, it would do that the whole time. What? Blinded. Oh, I'm blind about life. Oh, I think these things and I feel it. Why is it oh, okay. Now I'm a little bit annoyed at that. No. Maybe no one literally cares. Maybe no one literally cares that there's a little IX in the corner. Because otherwise we have to zoom it out even more, and that's then you can barely read this, no? But if you zoom in, then you get the top of the universe, the Riot Games. Fuck! I checked this before. I was just like, yeah, and I didn't see the little thingy. No. Well, maybe it's fine. Whatever. If you care, cry. Anivia, the Cryo Phoenix. Anivia is an ancient Freljordian demigod who represents the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth, intrinsically associated with the changing seasons. To those who venerate her, she is the elemental soul of the Freljord, a symbol of hope, and a sacred catalyst of change. The issue with League lore is that they use so many words. Like, intrinsically venerate. I was like, I don't know these words. It's hard to say. Stories passed down through the ages often tell of how she rewards those who are kind and humble. On the rare occasion a mortal glimpses her, or at least claims to. She is described as a noble spirit bird of eyes, with glittering wings that span the heavens, and a piercing cry that can be heard over even the fiercest storm. If you care, cry. That's the thanks. That's how I roll. Fuck you. The songs of the nomadic Notai tribe tell how Anivia's birth first brought snow into the world. When she burst from her giant egg of ice, tiny pieces of it were hurled into the sky, and it has fallen as snow ever since. And, according to the sagas of the Mourn Crow tribe, the frigid winds that scour the Freljord originate from the first beats of her wings. Indeed, the full power of winter is Anivia's to command, and to those who seek to desecrate her homeland, she is a bitter foe. When roused to anger, she can cleave fortresses and mountains, and her screech can summon blizzards cold enough to shatter steel. One of the most enduring and respected beliefs is that Anivia's greatest gift to the Freljord was the creation of true ice. Infused with elemental magic, this unmelting substance is pure and potent, and the greatest seers and ice mages have long strived to use shards of true ice to amplify their might, while weapons that have even a tiny sliver forged into them are deadly beyond belief. They're bad. Right, so did the egg come first? It seems like it. Apparently the egg come first, now we know, guys. When mortals first arrived in the Freljord, Anivia welcomed them. Seeing that they could not withstand the cold, she guided them to secluded valleys where they could shelter, become established, and slowly harden themselves against the elements. She nurtured and watched over them for those first precarious centuries, and they, in turn, worshipped her. Anivia hoped that these newly arrived tribes would remain unified in defending the Freljord from outsiders. But slowly, infighting and blood feuds became all too common, making an invasion inevitable. According to legend, a greedy southern king marched his warriors up through the mountains, seeking to claim dominion, over the Northlands and shackle their wild magic for himself. So enraged was Anivia at the outsiders' hubris and disrespect that she blasted them with a snowstorm that lasted a century and a day. Scattered standing stones can still be seen on the scouring plain, which the locals claim are all that remain of that ancient army. Other tales include the Avarosan legend of Ulla Shatterspear, an iceborn war mother who was favored by Anivia for saving a young hawk from a Rime-fang wolf. Across her lifetime, the Cryo Phoenix protected Ulla from harm, and when she finally fell in battle, having witnessed almost 100 winters, it is said that Anivia welcomed her with wings spread wide. If all these legends are true, then Anivia must have witnessed the rise and fall of countless mortal civilizations. While there are still some dwindling remnants of those earlier times, most have long been forgotten and buried beneath millennia of ice. But death cannot touch Anivia herself. The sagas speak of how she has been struck down and slain a handful of times throughout history. Though she is always reborn, for as long as the Freljord exists, her soul is immortal. While it may be hundreds or even thousands of years before she rises again, each rebirth recoincides with the dawning of a new era. Thus, her appearance, while regarded as a wondrous blessing, is often the harbinger of something terrible on the horizon. Once, it is said, she sacrificed herself against a march of towering Balestriders. Anivia knew she could not slay those colossal creatures, and so she plunged into the ice beneath their feet, shattering her own body in order to entomb them. Recently, some claim Anivia has hatched from the egg once more, and that she has appeared before the new leader of the Avarosans, the War Mother Ash. In her, perhaps Anivia sees one who may be able to finally reunite the Freljord. Yet, if the Cryo-Phoenix has indeed returned, as more and more shamans, and spirit walkers proclaim, then it must be asked, what great threats has she come to face? Feeder in Lauren gameplay, dude. Real. Sacrificing for no reason. I'm going in. No, please don't. That's literally everything we have on Anivia. Like, Lissandra story, Orange story, one image. One image. That's it. And it looks more like a dragon than a bird. But yeah. Anivia is cute. The frozen god who created life. In a way. And it's also interesting. Oh, we know. Look at her. Cutie. Oh. And it's also interesting if the egg hatched once again. Is the blizzards worse than ever now? Is there double snow? Is there double the amount of snow? That's what I want to know. Then you would be able to tell. I guess the egg hatched. Okay, one champion down. Let's go, dude. We did it. We're here. We started. We read one whole champion. So that was on to Ash that was already mentioned. The War Mother. Ash the Frost Archer. Frost Archer. One tribe, one people, one Freljord, says Ash. Iceborn War Mother of the Avarosan tribe, Ash commands the most populous horde in the north. Stoic, intelligent, and idealistic, yet uncomfortable with her role as a leader. She taps into the ancestral magics of her lineage to wield a bow of true eyes, the one Anivia created. With her people's belief that she is the mythological hero Avarosa reincarnated, Ash hopes to unify the Freljord once more by retaking their ancient tribal lands. Okay, we're not gonna watch this video, fuck that shit. I don't know if we can read this, because I think this would probably... She has one short story, some art. Nice. I would assume that this would... Can you read for free? Is this what you read for free? Oh, dude, there's a comic. We could actually read this. We could read this if you would like. I wouldn't mind. The comic. I forgot. Think about that. We could do that. We read her bio first, though. Read. We can read. We'll start with her bio. But I would like to read. Yeah, I do read. I have read it, I think, when it came out. Because I think that was the first comic they made, and I read that. I have the Lux comic in physical form. That one I have at home. Okay, Ash, the Frost Archer. Ash hails from the northern Freljord, where brutal tribal raids and inter-clan warfare are as much a part of the landscape as the scream of the frozen winds and the unyielding cold of the tundra. The only child of Grina, the matriarchal chieftain of the tiny Avarosan tribe, Ash was Iceborn, a member of the warrior caste, gifted with an ancestral connection to the magic of her lands, and the rare ability to wield the power of true ice. Everyone assumed that Ash would follow her mother as the tribe's next leader. However, this was never a glory Ash desired. The grim responsibility of her warlike lineage and extraordinary gifts instead left Ash feeling isolated, burdened, and alone. Her only respite was when Sejuani, an iceborn girl from a sister tribe, would stay with them for the summer hunts around the Orncal Rocks. The girls' friendship defined their childhoods, but was cut short just as they reached their teens. Somehow, Grenna had offended Sejuani's grandmother, and the fellowship between their tribes ended sudden. Cringe. Soon after, with her youth fading, Ash's mother began her lifelong quest for the throne of Avarosa, a supposed hoard of treasures and magical items that she hoped would return her people to greatness. But Grenna's belief in prophecies and legends led her to take risks, which often left her tribe enfeebled. Finally, during a dangerous and unnecessary raid in another tribe's land, Grenna was killed. Her sudden death left young Ash on the run, while most of her tribe was wiped out. Alone, pursued, Ash followed her mother's last map to a deserted glacier where she found the supposed grave of Avarosa and her magical bow of true ice. Ash used the weapon to avenge her mother's death, then turned west. Whether it was out of duty or loneliness, Ash gained a reputation by protecting the many scattered hearth-bound tribes she encountered. She spurned the custom of taking thralls, and instead chose to adopt these desperate people as full members of her new tribe, and her fame grew quickly. Soon, many began to believe that she did not just carry the weapon of Avarosa. Ash was the legend herself, reborn and destined to reunite the Freljord. But tall tales would not feed her followers, and their long march south left the tribe on the verge of starvation. So Ash leveraged the myths surrounding her, using them to form alliances with the powerful and land-rich southern tribes, promising to unite them into a nation capable of challenging neighboring kingdoms. These new alliances brought new dangers, and Ash quickly found herself at the center of a political feud. A war mother, as Freljordian tribal leaders are known, was expected to wed, and taking a husband from one of the major tribes would anger the others. Ash could take several husbands, but this would only bring the conflicts to a boil within her own household, and the ensuing bloodshed would shatter the alliances she had fought to build. Her answer was an improvised vagabond from a mountain clan that had been nearly wiped out, the warrior Tryndamere. Good choice. He was neither a spirit walker nor blessed with any elemental powers, but upon his arrival in Ash's new capital, Tryndamere had thrown himself into every dueling ring he could find. He fought with abandon, desperate to prove the destitute warriors of his clan were worthy of adoption by one of the stronger tribes. But even for the Freljord, his brutal fighting style and extraordinary vitality were unsettling, and many suspected he was touched by dark magic. Ignoring this, whatever, Ash offered to adopt his people as her own if he became her first and only bloodsworn. Tryndamere accepted reluctantly. Though a political marriage, the attraction they felt for each other was palpable, and slowly a true affection blossomed. Now Ash stands at the head of the largest coalition of Freljordian tribes in many generations. Even so, the unity she would bring rests upon an uneasy peace threatened by internal intrigues, foreign powers, the growing violent horde of the Winter's Claw, and a supposed destiny that Ash must at least pretend to believe. She doesn't believe. Wow. Okay, let's see how long her story is. Okay, we will read her story first, and then we'll head into the comic. The Harder Path by Lillian Harrington. The colossal brazier flared to life, its flames reaching high into the air. In times past, the gathered tribes would use this as the mark of the festival's beginning. The Harvest Festival had always been the largest celebration of the year for the tribes, and one of the last before winter set in on the plains. As the fire was lit, cheers should have echoed up the frozen slopes of the mountains, calling down blessings from the three sisters. Now, though, the mass of gathered Avarosans remained silent as they turned away from the flames to look up to the stage where Ash stood. Willow looks so fucking stupid. Look at her. I was like, I just saw it on my other screen, and I just couldn't not comment on it. Like, what is this angle, Willie? Yo, sleepy. He's like, don't laugh at me. She looks like such a creature. Like, what is that? Oh, she's so cute. I died. She let her eyes roam over them. No festival had ever seen so many gathered together, and she knew they had come to see her. She grabbed her bow and unslung it, the now familiar piercing chill of the true ice surging through her body. The cold was still painful, even after all her time with the weapon, but now she welcomed it, using it to focus and block out distractions. She lifted her gaze from the crowd to the roaring flame and took a deep breath as she pulled back the bowstring. All other sounds of the festival faded. A crystal arrow of pure cold formed, beckoned forth by the deep magic coursing through the bow. Ash held her breath as she let it continue to channel magic through her arms. The temperature on the stage plummeted, frost creeping out from beneath her feet. When the cold threatened to finally overwhelm her, she released her breath and let the arrow fly. It arched high over the crowd and slammed into its target with a deafening crack. In an instant, the brazier was frozen over, the dancing shapes of the fire enveloped by the spreading ice. The setting sun shone through the crystallized flames and onto the crowd below, and finally the shear broke out. The crowd invoked the blessings of the three, Lysandra, Cyrilda, and Avarosa herself, reincarnated in Ash. Ash kept her address short. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Anything for Willie. I will change it again. And I'll keep it there because now she won't go back. She has her little routine. I think it's cute. There you go. Reincarnated in Ash. Ash kept her address short. Avarosans. Never before has a harvest festival seen so many. Sit with your kin from across the snows. We are one family now. Eat, drink, and enjoy. She smiled as the crowd cried out her name. She raised her bow high, and the shears rose higher in response. Inwardly, she grimaced. As so often, she wondered if it was her leadership that drew them all together, or the weapon she carried. It was a symbol of Avarosa, and many in the Freljord believed that, as its wielder, she was Avarosa reborn. Ash slung the bow over her shoulder and shook the thought. Why they joined wasn't as important as what they had become. She hopped off the stage and moved into the crowd as they dispersed to feast-laden tables. The boisterous tribes mixed together, sharing food, drink, and tales of hunts past. The stone picks describe the warm yet treacherous southern mountains. Ash shared with the others when the red snows recounted the defeat of the Noxian warbands that had tried to advance inland from the coast. A warrior from the ice veins, storied blizzard walkers one and all, clapped Ash on the back as she passed, sending a strange chill through her. All these and more had responded to her call and joined the festivities. All had pledged themselves to the Avarosans, and each tribe needed her to be something different: a prophet, a savior, a mediator, a war mother. Ash would be them all, if she could. As she neared the far end of the feast, though, she froze. Froze. At the last table, sitting somber and removed from the rest, was a group of Iceborn that she knew all too well. The Snow Followers, vengeful zealots who had slaughtered a whole tribe only months ago. Oh, hello. A tribe whose only crime had been joining the Avarosans. A large woman, doubtless their leader, rose and approached Ash. War Mother, Ash, Avarosa's chosen, wielder of her divine bow. My name is Hildur Svarhem, truth-bearer and war mother of the Snow Followers. Ash imagined the sight of the scorched huts again, the screams of her people dying in agony, and her fury ignited. The crowd around them quieted as Hildur continued, whispers spreading quickly. All gathered had heard of what the Snow Followers had done. We swore an oath that no faith traitors would ever again follow those falsely claiming to be Avarosa reborn. Your warriors fought bravely, but not well. She unslung a large war axe from her back, its blade coated in a thin but clear layer of true ice. A true Iceborn. She bore the discomfort of the weapon's chilling effect silently. Ash measured the woman's wide stance, counted the few steps between them. Dried blood matted Hildur's armor. More Avarosan blood. Ash's muscles tensed as she prepared to move. She was ready for an attack. What she was not ready for, however, was for the War Mother to kneel, lower her head, and offer up the war axe with both hands. Forgive us, War Mother Ash. I did not know then what I do now. I came to challenge you before all your followers, to unmask you as a false prophet. But the magic you wield is beyond any I have ever witnessed. None can deny that she speaks through you. I offer you my axe, Joutbane, and my head. Spare my people, that they may prove their worth by hunting, farming, and dying in your name. Each of the gathered Snow Followers followed their War Mother's example, kneeling in deference. At once, voices from the crowd called for vengeance. Death to the raiders, they cried. Barely more than smoldering ruins when Ash had arrived, the skeletal remains told the story of a village surrounded. The few warriors had been easily identified, for their bodies were untouched by fire, but hacked down and left for the crows. The rest of the tribe had hidden in their homes, praying for mercy or simply a quick death. They received neither. Eyes welled up with fury, Ash reached for the axe. She would take Hildur's head, as a warning to any who would. As her hand clasped around it, and the true eyes sent a familiar spike of cold through her arm, Ash felt her bow beginning to radiate against her back. A slow, chilling pulse, like a winter breeze. Her mind calmed. Stand, Hildur, she said, looking down at the war axe. Hildur rose, furrowing her brow in confusion. Ash met her probing gaze. The Snow Followers have shed the blood of my tribe, and they are my enemies, she continued. But you have shown humility and remorse, here and now. You are not the Snow Followers any longer. From today forward, you are Avarosan, and that makes you family. You have nothing to fear from me, cousin. She thrust the war axe back into the woman's hands, and the tension in the air broke. Soon enough, the celebrations were underway again, the joyous feelings redoubled by forgiveness and mercy. Ash walked to everyone seated at the table, welcoming each in turn. As she turned from them and walked away, she was careful to keep her grief in check. Her heart still burned, but her people needed her to walk a different path than that of revenge. She played her fingers along the bowstring, seeking comfort in its chill. She would be better. She must. So Ash is kind, she does not kill. A kind little soul. Okay. Then I guess it's the War Mother. Let's just see first, like, can we... Is it the full issues? That's crazy if that's the case, right? Like, are they really free all that? Are they? I guess so. I mean, I don't mind. Hell yeah. You see the whole... No, it's cut off at the top. Is that an issue? Yes, it is an issue. Well, that's an issue. Then we will try and fix this issue. No, not... Well, yeah, I can have this one here. Spoilers. Okay, I'll just change to this screen real quick then and see what we can do here. I want this one. And I want this one to go away. This one definitely go away. Okay. What do we have here? Remove. Yes. New window capture. This one, okay. And now we have to remove all this. Bum 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 bum. Bam. I mean, technically I could just go here, no? Let's try this. Blah blah blah. Bam. This one gets removed like so. Can you even make it bigger, right? Bigger! There we go. What the fuck is that now? What is that little thing? Huh? Aha. Aha! Okay. I see. Oj, nej. Aha. Maybe we want to... Men vad fan alltså. Gud. Fucking. Okay, that's the menu, so that kind of has to be there. Got it. We will read it like this, no? Yeah? Just a little light over there. Okay, for this part then, we can go to this screen. We will read it like this. Because then we can actually see everything. I think that's best. So you can see the whole text, even though I'm gonna read it. Ash! Maybe I haven't read this then. Interesting why I haven't, if that's the case. I know I have one. Maybe. Well, whatever. Who cares? Ash, War Mother. Raised in the frozen wilds of the Freljord, Ash is an Iceborn, a warrior gifted with a magical connection to her savage homeland. As the daughter to her tribe's fanatical war mother, most presume a great destiny for Ash. However, she finds herself reluctant to accept the brutal responsibilities of leadership and the harsh traditions of her people. This will be the first time that I read something that has pictures. It feels kind of weird. Like, how do you do this? I will just read it out loud again. I remember when I was young. I remember when I was young. She was the spear. She was the axe. You can see my mouse. We want to remove that because that's going to be annoying. Where is it? There it is. Fuck that shit. There you go. No mouse. I got you. I got you. Now we plug the, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, I remember when I was young. She was the spear. She was the axe. She was my mother. Aunt Helena loved my mother, worshipped her as a child. She would not challenge her older sister for the leadership of our people because of some selfish ambition. Little sister, if you want to take the tribe from me, you'll have to do better than that. They had been heard arguing the night before. You are unfit to rule, Grenna. We should sow grain. Sow grain. The text is so small for me. We should sow grain. We should take the summer eels. Sister, I give no ear to cowards. You want to challenge me? Test your weapons against mine. But my mother would not let her speak. So be it. Know this, my sister. I am the spear and the axe. I am the blizzard and the lightning. I am Grenna. And fate did not choose you. My aunt survived, perhaps only because my mother and her bloodsworn were always so quick to celebrate her victories. Malcolm, will she be okay? Helner will live. Ash, you must get your mother too. I know. I know. It is decided. Tomorrow we raid the Ice Children. From their tribe. We will take what we need for winter. It was the wrong time of the year. It was the wrong time of the year. We were weakened from our other losses, but we would do raiding again. We would go raiding again. With her victory over my aunt, my mother ensured only her plan, only her truth would be spoken. I wish I believed that truth, but I knew better. Mom, have you eaten today? The star signs match those ruins, remember? The ones we took from the Broken Tooth clan. You've been working maps again. You've been making maps again. It is so small, I can't see. Is this better? Is this better to read like this? Holy shit, I can't see. Cry if you don't like it at all. Mom, have you eaten today? The star signs match those ruins, remember? The ones we took from the Broken Tooth clan. You've been making maps again. Yes, we are close. This time, I'm sure of it. The throne of Avarosa. The throne of Avarosa. The hall and hoard of the great goddess. Mom, a discreet smith, denied by the frost priest as fiction, accepted only by children and the mad. Why did Aunt Helena challenge you? I won. It doesn't matter. It matters. Your obsession with the myth of Avarosa's throne is getting out of control again. Our tribe is poor, Ash. This is how we will return our tribe to greatness. It is destiny. Destiny. How I hated hearing that word. It had a terrible power over my mother. You haven't been sleeping or eating, have you? It always brought on a madness I couldn't protect her from. A sleepless frenzy that was as relentless and unstoppable as her own will. Please, Mom, stop for a little while. I'll make you some stew or... How has your training been going? Can I hail my daughter as a true Iceborn yet? I am ready. He's ready. Show me. Choose a weapon. Reveal your strength. The tiniest sliver of magical true ice is death. Only a trained iceborn can hope to touch these weapons and survive. Even as an iceborn, even separated by hilt, the cold of true ice forces itself upon you. I remember Malcolm telling me Lysandra's prayer of the iceborn. Which will you wield, daughter? The axe. The ice is not the pain. It is surrender. Dude, clang! She did not pick the axe. Spoilers. You did well, child, to try this so young. You make me very proud. Very proud. In time, you will wield true ice, and you will be a great war mother. That is your destiny. I never saw myself as war mother. It was another of my mother's inescapable visions. Go. Rest now. We travel to the Ice Children's lands at dawn. The Heartbound cannot keep peace with the Iceborn, not in those brutal lands. And then they will be tired when we face the Ice Children tribe. And then, Ash, the village will be defenseless while we are gone. Perhaps you and some of the Bloodsworn could stay. My mother would never agree to it, Malcolm. I'd heard tales of frost priests who had seen the eternal darkness and become unforgiving, or behaved like Draklorn, the Fate's inquisitors, so cruel and brutal in their service to the cult of the Three Sisters. But Malcolm healed our sick and gave our warriors strength. He listened to the Heartbound, felt their pain, and knew their fears. As cold as his magic was in the darkness of night, his heart was warmer. Use your magic to give our Heartbound quickness. If this can keep Mother's peace, we can return sooner. I will do what I can, Ash, but if we fail, you at least should stay and have faith, weakling. Grenna has never lost a battle. It's not a battle I'm worried about. Irael, the ring, oldest of my 5 oath fathers. Don't let that pretty priest scare you. When you become War Mother, you will learn to be bold. Helnir's daughter has as much claim to leadership as I. Already a greybeard when my mother shows her blood sworn, he had never expected the chance to join. Thrice honored and thrice blessed, Irael is presumed to have given Mother all 3 of her births, though I alone survived to spring and naming. He taught me the sword, to fish, and to hunt, but it's useless talking to him. He imagines only my future glories as the next War Mother. That is not your cousin's destiny. It is yours. I am his pride. My mother, his god. Oh jävlar, this text is so small. Now we go wide. Holy shit. The raid is not a gamble our people wanted. It was not the first time my mother had risked everything chasing Avarosa's throne. We had lost battles in the Iron Finger Mountains and nearly starved on the crest of Khan's plateau. And it was always the Heartbound who paid the price for her mistakes. These warm bloods formed the bulk of our tribe and its warriors. Although their blood wasn't touched by the power of the true ice, their bravery was always beyond reproach. As was the custom of our people, my mother led only the Iceborn in battle. While it was my aunt's job to lead the Heartbound, they loved and trusted Helnir. Her absence and injury was felt as much by the Heartbound as their own exhaustion and suffering. There is an old saying, do not step on ice that already cracks. We should let the Heartbound rest. They don't have our endurance. If they're cold, they should have brought more furs. Ooh. Mother, you've marched them for 3 days without rest. I know their limits. We pushed on for another week before we found the Ice Eldrin's Elnuks. Look, their herders run. A scout must have spotted us. But they left the herd. We can take it before they gather warriors. We've won without a fight. A true victory. They run only because they have something more important to protect. What? Onwards. Leave the herd. We must reach the top of the mountain before they gather reinforcements. With my Aunt Helenor's defeat, Malcolm was the Heartbound's only voice, and, as a frost priest, he had the right to speak. Everything we need to survive the winter is right there. I said we push on, boy. But as always, Mother refused to listen. No. Oh shit. He's doing fucking magic. I think. Looks like it. Dude. How many years have you sought the throne of Avarosa? You've driven away our best warriors. You fought your own sister. And now you have brought us into the land of a hated enemy. Not for food or vengeance, but chasing a child's myth. My tribe's frost priest tells me a myth has no value. No spirit has whispered this path. You are an Iceborn, not a Vedma. We march only because of your madness. If you want to challenge me, test your weapons against mine. I do not fight you alone. I speak for the Heartbound. Ooh. Hide behind your precious Heartbound and magic's priest. But know this. Death will find you. Mom! No! Not the pretty priest! Malcolms was just speaking for them. Let him go. Let them go home. Mother, wait. The Heartbound were slowing us down. We can climb faster without them. I did the whole manga thing. I did the wrong panel. Shit. I knew this was gonna happen at some point. Anyway, Mother, wait. The Heartbound were slowing us down. We can climb faster without them. Malcolm was just speaking for them. Let him go. Let them go home. Yeah. Go, Malcolm. You live only because my daughter is merciful. Ash, come back with us. I don't want. Don't throw your life away on her badness. I saw the sky reflected in his eyes and remembered that Malcolm and I shared the same naming day. Why did that suddenly seem so important? I wanted to go back with him. Come, Ash. But I couldn't abandon her. Not when she needed me. For 6 more days we marched. The Bloodsworn were bound by their oaths. They must obey. But even Iceborn have limits. Is this the last of the firewood? 1 more night's worth. Here, eat this. Then get some sleep. Their bowls are empty. We are fine. How many days have you been without food? A few. We didn't want to worry you. Rest while you can, child. How many nights has my mother stood guard and checked her maps? Gwenna says she does not need rest. How long since you slept? I must check the stars. They don't match this map. How long since you ate? I will eat when we find the throne. There is no throne. There is no tomb. Nothing. Nothing is at the end of your stupid map. It's always the same. How many times will you chase this? It's just a myth. Why can't you see that? No, I have it this time, Ash. This time, It has to be. Mom, I just wanted. It's okay. No, not again. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. Oh. Ambush! Cool, I like these. What should we do? Mom? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you want the Bloodsworn to do? Mom, please, you have to get up. You have to give them orders. Please, Mom. Mom? Run, Ash. Run! Next. How do I do it? Here. Next issue, next issue. Oh, no, I don't want to go to. Fuck. Bitch ass. Fuck you. I wanted to go to where I was. There you go. Okay. There's 4. Okay. Got it. Issue 2. Can this disappear, please? Yes. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we just read this. Know this. Mom, we have to run. I am Irel. I am the hammers. Irel, strongest of the Bloodsworn. My protector. Kindest of the Bloodsworn. My teacher. First of the Bloodsworn to die. My father. No! Just run, Ash. Run! The Draklorn was like an avalanche, an unstoppable, annihilating darkness. Malcolm was the only frost priest I knew, and this was a power far beyond what I had seen him display. Get up, Mom, get up! Rorn, Grimshaw, slow the rider! Slow that rider! It was the first time I ever gave warriors an order. With honor, we will not fail. And I sent them to die. Quickly, the bridge. Logren, can you smash it? Easily. I could not hear their final words, but in the Freljord, we honor those who die with their eyes open. I did not know it then, but Rorn and Grimshaw died well that day. Mom, I can give you enough time to reach the other side. If Avarosa's throne is at the top of the mountain, you will find it before they can stop you. My eyes are open. I'm also now crazy. No, Ash. Though again your bravery honors me, but you don't understand, do you? Avarosa's throne was for you. It was always for you. Destroy the bridge after you get her across. Yes, War Mother. Mom! Know this. You face the War Mother of the Avarosans. No, wait! I am Grenna. I am the spear and the axe. Damn. I'm sorry, I had to cough. Mother can still make it across. Give her a few more moments. Grenna knew exactly how long she could hold him, Ash. Damn. It's a shame you're a frost priest. A man who can defeat me would have made a worthy bloodsworn for my daughter. My mother died with her eyes open. The following morning. Never have I seen a frost priest this strong. Our village is unguarded. We are only 3. Why does it still chase us? Somehow I knew the Draklorn's thoughts. It wanted not just my mother's death, it wanted mine and all of my kin. But knowing the Draklorn would keep chasing me had an advantage. Split up. Get back to the village. The Ice Children's main force must already be preparing to attack it. Even now, when I gave orders, I hear her voice instead of my own. Ash, we are oath-born to you now. We can't. I release you from your oaths. My Aunt Helner will need them. Go. You might be able to sneak past the Draklorn at night. No, I must honor my mother's quest. Take my weapons then. You'll need them. Go. Take them. Be safe, child. May Avarosa guide you. And you, my fathers. I kept going. As the Draklorn's magic waned, his numbers fell. But they got closer each day. I ran, and when I hadn't eaten or slept in 4 days, my dreams and memories began to creep into the edges of everything around me. I saw how my mother's eyes would shine when she told me stories of Avarosa's golden hall, its mountains of true ice, the endless magic of her throne's power, that it was once so important and grand, but now forgotten in a lonely place. I think that's why Mother obsessed over it, why she needed it. I don't know how much longer I marched, but nothing mattered, except that Mother's map ended above the last cliff. All the hopes she held, I wanted it. I wanted them to mean something. This was the end. Don't throw your life away on her madness. You will make a great war mother. It was always for you. Olivia! And when I climbed over the last ledge, I saw nothing. Crack. The truth is hard. And in my exhaustion, I let my weapons fall. No, no, no. That is why this isn't the story we tell. Why we don't talk about the throne. Because we don't want to be helpless. We don't want everything we do to end in a forgotten grave. I wanted to find a rusty sword, an axe haft from the corpse. I wanted to at least die fighting. I saw dawn was coming. If the sun was at my back when it crested the mountain, it might blind them for a moment. It was a chance. But only children think things can't get worse. And I had still not learned that lesson. What are you looking for, girl? A stone heavy enough to break your teeth with. Enough. Malcolm. Ash. Dude, he killed them all. You betrayed the tribe? If they run, they will survive. It is the best I can do for them. I did not want this, Ash. Keep talking, traitor. How many springs since I returned from the pilgrimage to the Frostguard Citadel? How many seasons did I play the weakling? Waiting for your chance to strike. I had never asked for anything from Avarosa, but I begged her. I begged for a weapon to be in that pile. For years, you and Grenna lived only because I promised my masters I could stop you from following her insanity. Hoping I might ask for your oath and lead you to my bed? I needed a few more moments. The sun was close. A Frostguard may take no oath except to the faith of endless cold, and to Lysandra, our mistress. I knew my fate, just as I know I must fulfill my promise and end. The sun! Now, they're vampires. Yeah. I hate this. Ash, no. I did not want this, Ash. I did not want this. Sleep. Sleep, my love. Even the memory of your mother's quest must die. Goodness gracious. I didn't see it. I felt it. True eyes. Again, I remembered Malcolm's prayer. As much as I hated him, hate him still, those words would not go away. The eyes is not pain. It is surrender. I was there for Avarosa's throne. Not for it. No one had ever heard of it. No one had ever spoken of it. And they changed the myth after I returned. I survived not because of destiny, but know this. Because of the determination my mother had given me. You faced the daughter of Grenna. I am Ash. I am the bow. As the sun rose, it revealed the black cliffs. Perhaps they looked like the arms and back of a great throne. The cairn honored this place as the site of an ancient battle. I cannot say if that field of death was the goal of my mother's quest, if it was truly Avarosa's throne. Only that it was not the sort of throne I want. Winter's Claw, next issue. I was like, this kind of feels like the end though, but I guess not, dude. 2 more. Holy shit. She has to get back to the who is this motherfucker now? Dude. Text just keeps going. Waiting for the issue thingy to get away. Please. So. Nothing was left of my village. I knew that I was alone. A southerner cannot understand what that word means to a Freljordian. We spend our lives together. We hunt in packs. We sleep in huddles. We fight as blood-sworn kin. Family, tribe, they are all. I walked into the ice sea, knowing my tribe was dead. I trespassed on the sacred hunting grounds of the Ursin. It did not matter. The trail meant food. But even the smallest child is taught that a meal too easily found is bait. What the fuck is this thing? Holy damn. I grew up hearing tales of the Ursin, powerful spirit walkers who leave their tribes behind to join the Volibear. Fearless, savage, and cannibalistic, they have forgotten they were men. We call them the Lost, and until that day, I had never seen one. She fought with a rage that even my mother could not have matched. Svag? Svag? Svag with one A in Swedish means weak. So she could mean weak here. Depends. Who knows? Svag. How? Her magic hurt, huh? But it's my glaive that kills you. Together, we slew the beast. Slew. But I was a trespasser on the Lost Ones' hunting grounds, and neither of us were about to put down our weapons. The bow's true eyes was taking my arm. It was all I could do not to scream. You fight well. You also. This area belongs to the Lost Ones. Why are you here? I was starving. I meant no insult to your tribe, Ursin. Ursin? Ha 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 ha. I guess you've never seen a Lost One. Gods, you really don't recognize me, Ash. Sejuani? When your tribe stopped coming to the Orncall rocks in the summer, I thought that I'd lost. It is good to see you, my friend. 5 summers. Every year I looked for you. A coward replaced grandmother Hejian as war mother. She moved our tribe along the salt waters. 5 summers, more than anything, I worried I would never see you again. Why are you in the ice sea alone? Where's your family, Ash? My tribe is gone. Grenna? Gods, there is no justice. Quickly, help me cut this meat. We must get out of here before the Ursin finds us. This is the largest Grelfine I've ever seen. Its death is a tragedy. My tribe is starving. The only tragedy here is the wasted meat. After we load up the... Svag. They're here. What? You can't feel them coming yet? The bear spirit is like a roar. So loud you can't hear anything else, but it's only inside your head. There are things in that storm, but something's wrong with them. Keep moving. Oh no, they seem completely normal to me. Nothing wrong here. I heard it then, for the first time. The silent rage, the fury of the 1,000-pierced bear. Run, Volund, run. How are they so fast? I don't know. I just thank the gods they don't cross flowing water. Oh, but they're cool. Dawn. My tribe was betrayed by a frost priest. I alone survived their treachery. I think my tribe is the same. The frost priests are like a slow poison. They trick the weak with their healing arts and spells. They want only the feeble in power. It is the strong that must lead. It is the strong that must try the impossible. The strong must try the impossible? Powerful words. You will be a fine war mother. You're the only one who ever thought so. 5 summers. Gods, I've missed you, Ash. And I you. What happened to your grandmother? She was betrayed. I'm sorry. I know what she meant to you. after your mother left. It doesn't matter. We have to focus on you now. My tribe's new war mother hates me. She will hate you, too. We must be careful. We hunted along the edges of the Forbidden Lands for a week. We shared meals. Seriously, the moon does not look like an Elnugbot. Always. We shared stories. You broke his jaw? My tribe is hunting. My tribe is nothing but boys. You can't favor one. We shared heartbreak. Ash, I'm so sorry. I'd often wished Grenna was my mother. This dagger, the wisdom she gave me. She was the bravest woman I ever met. She was. Neither of our tribes had many girls close to our age, and none that were iceborn. In that week, what had felt like a heavy burden, heavier than I'd ever even realized, had floated away. As children, Ash, we had hoped to become sisters, and we will. This I promise. The Frost Priests are looking for you, so we must win the tribe over before they know you are the daughter of Grenna. We must make everyone remember our tribe's friendship with the Avarosans. When we land, start handing out the food as soon as you can. We need to get the tribesmen on your side before the priest and the southern cow show up. Her plan was not foolproof. Welcome to the Winter's Claw. And it shattered before it even started. Why does your tribe's war mother wait on the docks? Svag. At this point, it's a curse. Find a way to start handing out the food, Ash. I'll buy you some time. Who is it? I can't see. Do they have food? Who is the stranger you have brought to my tribe? She helped me kill a Grelfie, and I have brought fish and wolf seals. Out of our way. We should not trust this outsider, Kalkia. I will offer shelter only with the truth. Tell me, stranger, what is your name? And where did you find this bounty? For all tribes, it is forbidden to hunt in the Ursin lands. It breaks the ancient treaties the Frost Priests used to pacify the lost ones and protect us from them. And a Frost Priest can smell lies. Answer me, girl. Where did you get this food? We got it on the open ocean. A Grelfine attacked my ship. Sejuani saved me. The outsider lies. She fought with courage. I judged half of the kill hers by right. You do not decide who we share food with, daughter. There would be no food without me, mother. In all of my childhood, no one had ever uttered a word about Sejuani's mother. It was forbidden. I guess I knew she had abandoned her family and tribe. Her name did not exist in the Winter's Claw song. So she did not exist, other than as an unspoken shame. Now, she had returned. Okay, JP, hi! Have a good work day. Thank you for joining, though. We will talk in the hall. We should, unload this food from the boat. I offer it freely as a token. Hey, you're Avarosan, right? What shall we do? These tribes were long allies, and she brings food. Patience. There's not enough. When the food runs out, then she is ours. Battle sisters! Last one, holy shit, dude, they're assuming. Ball. Okay. She's my friend. I know Ash. When Grandma and Grenna were working together. Will this go away? Please go away. I warned you. How many times must I repeat myself? Do not speak of Grenna and your precious grandmother to me. It was your grandmother's failures that forced me to come back to the tribe, that forced me to take it from her, and forced me into the marriage that spawned your worthless hide. She cared about me. God, you're worthless. Let me enlighten you. For a single day, leading the tribe again, my mother would have thrown you to the wolves herself. You were just a tool for her to keep the throne. You know that's the truth. I, at least, will protect you. I don't want your protection. It is the strong who must try the impossible. Do you think I want any of this? You carry my blood and name. This is your last warning, daughter. You will not shame us again. You're nothing to the Avarosans, just as you're nothing but a game to Urkath and his brothers. Because you are nothing. Run, weakling. Run and cry. I felt like I had forgotten the sound of laughter and comrades. But I was only a guest at the feast. And tomorrow, a guest would not be welcome. All we have left is broth. Children and warriors first. In a tribe with too many mouths to feed. Perhaps we can make an accident happen to her. No, that must be Sejuani's fate. This Avarosan requires more direct and immediate action. One of our herd approaches. Honor Draklorn, my child has that sickness again. His skin is damp and warm. I worry. End your worries. My apprentices will heal him. I have nothing for an offering. Your loyalty to the faith is payment enough. Grandmother, I know you wanted me to be strong. I know I disappointed you, and that's why you sent me away. But it's different now. I can do it. I have my friend, Grenna's daughter. Tomorrow I march toward our vengeance. Or we are to be buried beside you. Urkath, come here. You changed your mind about my long sword? Svak, the only thing smaller than your sword is your brain. You and your brothers still owe me. Look, I told you, we can't pull that off without 3 claws of warriors, and we need mounts, weapons. The Avarosan girl is brought back to the tribe. She's the Iceborn daughter of Grenna. Why did an Iceborn noble go out here in the wilds alone? Not your Svagen business, okay? But she's worth a dozen warriors. Another Iceborn would change our odds. And the daughter of Grenna, yes, she might be worth more. I'm guessing War Mother Kalkia didn't approve this raid. No. If there's no witnesses left alive, how does my mother find out? Avarosan, what is your name? Ash. Grenna's daughter, yes. Malcolm had much to say about you. You knew the Frost Priest from my tribe. Our consciousness touched from time to time. Wow, they touched brains? Damn. Are you the one who ordered him to betray my tribe? Malcolm liked you. I could feel that in his thoughts. He wanted to protect you, even after your mother pursued heresy. Friends, why should this liar, this outsider and heretic, eat while you starve? Do not be fooled by her appearance. We have seen the darkness. We are the guardians against it. She is damned. Oi. Back off. She has tricked you. The spirits know her. She is a betrayer. Priest, the only spirit I care for, is in this drinking horn. Winter's Claw, hear me. I am Sejuani, Iceborn of War Mother Kalkia. I brought you this feast. I would name this outsider as my battle sister. I say she will prove herself before the next moon. What you say, Ash? With a word, Sejuani made me no longer a starving beggar. Given our blood oath and public declaration, I would officially become her retainer, and no longer alone. But the answer caught in my throat. In my tribe, these pledges were only done after endless ceremonies and discussions. Sejuani, I will strike you down with the heretic if I must. Frost Priest, back away from my daughter. Sejuani, you are too bold, always too bold. Daughter, tonight is not for rituals. Our tribe is poor in food, but rich in meat. This is a time to celebrate. In the morning, I will decide what to do with this outsider. Don't worry about the Black Cloaks or my mom. They don't bring food, but you will prove you can. Then we can start making changes. Are you challenging your mother for leadership of the tribe? I can't. Not until the tribe is behind me. Oh, Willow has found her ball. 。 Well. Do we have the oil? Yes, Claw Leader. My brothers loaded it into the druvasks. Druvasks. Let's go. Now? It must be tonight. The Frost Priest will kill you, or my mom will hand you over to them. Then I should go. Back to the IC. No. Your mother guarded me as a child. Grenna shielded me from my mother and my grandmother's wrath. I will not let you be killed or sent out alone to starve. I must shield you or die beside you. Share blood with me. I need no priest or shaman as witness. I make my oath now. I will guard you as a sister does. I will protect your children and bear your pain. I name you kin, Ash of the Everosen. I name you as mine. I name you, Battle Sister, as mine. I will guard you as a sister does. I will stand beside you in births and wars. I name you kin, said Joanni of the Winter's Claw. I name you, Battle Sister. Thank you. This is destiny. We will show that the strong can do the impossible. Yes. Hurry up, the moon rises, daughter of Grenna. Why are we bringing oil? The oil? Ha! Because Sejuani is a genius. Sleep, Iceborn. If we lack surprise, we will need your strength. Urka, you and your brothers circle around and enter as softfoots. Ash and I will hide on the side. If there's trouble, head toward us. We will protect you. This is the place? The Ebratal tribe. They share our hunting grounds, but lack any Iceborn. So, the brothers sneak in and grab what they can. We guard the escape? Not exactly, said Joanni. What are you doing? I'm fixing the problem with my tribe's food supply. Oh. Here, behind me, children, behind me. Like calves to the summer slaughter. Vol outbreakers, we're allies. Not anymore, old man. Quit playing, Urkath. No witnesses. Sorry, old man. Time to die. What are you doing? We can't do this, Sedge. The black clads forced my mother into a treaty with these parasites. We are outbreaking that treaty. We can't have witnesses, Ash. Not until I take leadership from my mother. You intend to challenge your own mother for the tribe. My tribe starves, Ash. You are my battle sister. This is my order. No! We don't have a choice. Bjorn. Heitla. Cut them down. No! This has to be done. We can just drive them off. Into the ice sea? That's crueler than death. No one can survive there. I did. You are Iceborn, and you survived only because destiny led you to me. I don't believe in destiny. All of the moments in our lives are like the links in a great chain. I owe Grenna my life. You should have died in the ice sea. That Grelfine should have eaten me. We are fated to be sisters, Ash. We wouldn't be here except for the same chain of destiny. The Ebratal, they're nothing. No different than the Grelfine we hunted. They die so my tribe lives. And so you can join my tribe. They die, Ash, so you can live. In the tales we recited as children, this isn't what the heroes did. My hero was Grenna, and I'm doing exactly what your mother would have done. My mother was a failure. Iceborn, heartbound, a life is a life. I see how your mother failed you. She took 10 Oath Fathers to protect you. She trained you. She believed in you, loved you. Grenna was everything. Everything I wished my own mother was. But all of that, it made you soft somehow. Ash, the strong take from the weak. I was given nothing by my mother, except that truth. To lead you must be willing to lie, to kill and to sacrifice. This is why I will be a great war mother and you, at best, a Scarthane or battle sister. It is the strong who must try the impossible. Your words, said Giovanni. You named me a battle sister and would have me earn that how? Oath breaking? The murder of an ally's village? I will help you become a war mother, but if I am your sister, then let me honor your words. The strong must try. Let me take this heartbound across the ice sea. You say it is impossible. Let me try. You can watch them starve, or you can stand beside me as a sister. I have to try. Then take them. Go and never return. But if fate does cross our paths again, I know this. I will name you as a traitor and my enemy. You will always be my sister, said Giovanni. I won't name you as an enemy. You won't have the choice. A southerner cannot understand what alone means to a Freljordian. We spend our lives together. We hunt in packs. We sleep in huddles. We fight as blood-sworn kin. I never felt as truly alone as I did the first time I walked onto the ice sea. But as Sejuani disappeared into the haze, I understood. She had been trapped in that unforgiving place her whole life. Thank you for your mercy, Iceborn. I am Gura Axehand of the Erbatal tribe. I am Ash, daughter of Grenna. I am the bow. Ash, we are your thralls. I wondered, and I wonder still. Fate, destiny, are they ordained by the gods? Iceborn or hearthbound, I take no slaves. We are one people. I accept you as Avarosans, kin of my kin. Fate chose you to save us, Ash. By the choices our parents made? Or is it just the limits that are put on ourselves and our dreams? Prepare that Snekya. We sail before midday. But we have no supplies, no rowers. Yes, but we're going to try the impossible. We would travel south for 7 moons, and soon other poor hearthbound tribes would join us. If only because I would protect them when no one else would. Iceborn, how shall we address you? Scarthane? Battle Maiden? Sejuani spoke a truth, and she always had. Many starved, and I had to lie, to kill, and to sacrifice. As my mother did, as Sejuani did, as all must. Because I had no choice, because that is what it means to lead. War Mother. The end. Ash became the War Mother. Oh. I like that. This is a very good comic. I think I haven't read it, at least the start, like when it released, but I've forgotten about it. And I didn't know that there was this many more comics. Like, holy shit, that's very nice. Then we will read them as well at some point. Very good. Okay, that was Ash. And Aurora is hella new. I don't even know if she has a story. No, she doesn't. Okay. Then we will end off with Aurora. Since she is so short. The little bunny that I know nothing about. I don't know anything about her lore. I also feel weird just to skip, like, we were in Ash for so long, and I was like, oh, whatever, Aurora. And I was like, Ash. Hello? But, okay, I will also switch back. I just realized. I mean, I guess we could do it on this screen as well. Technically, right? Like, yeah. Is this better or is this better? Does anyone have a preference? Maybe not. Maybe only I care. But otherwise, we could continue with the wide screen in the future. I don't really mind it. Maybe this is nicer. Then, if anything, you would have to see this all the time. Is that so bad though? I mean, I could just take that part off, or you can just look at it. I don't know. Let's just do this. And then you can tell me what you think. Aurora, the witch between worlds. I see the spirit realm and maternal realm simultaneously. This blended world is my own, and it's beautiful, says Aurora. From the moment she was born, Aurora navigated life with a unique ability to move between the spirit and material realm. Determined to learn more about the spirit realm's inhabitants, she left her home to further her research and happened upon a wayward demigod who'd become twisted and lost to time. Witnessing his desperation, Aurora resolved to find a way to help her feral friend regain his forgotten identity, a journey that would take her to the farthest reaches of the Freljord. Don't think we have anything. No, we have nothing. Literally just a bio. Aurora, the witch between worlds. Most mortals live and die knowing only a single plane of reality, the material realm. However, this view reflects just half of existence. Running parallel is the spirit realm, invisible to many and just as vibrant and full of life. Yet deep in the frozen tundra of the Freljord, there is a Vastaya who lives in a blended world of her own. Aurora was born in the secluded village of Amu, home to the Brini tribe, and spent her young playing with critters no one else could see while exploring a world no one else could appreciate. Though she was happy, she felt isolated from the rest of Amu. Even her parents didn't understand her, believing Aurora's friends were merely imaginary. The only Brini who wholeheartedly embraced Aurora was her great aunt Havu, who always entertained her stories, fostered her passions, and encouraged her to celebrate her individuality. So Aurora learned to be herself and revel in her own company. As Aurora grew older, she realized something. Her invisible friends were not imaginary, but spirits. The beautiful, vibrant world she lived in was completely unique, for only her eyes could pierce through the veil between the realm of mortals and spirits. She meticulously documented this intertwined world, studying Amu's spirits in hopes of helping others understand the realms as she saw them. Over time, more and more spirits appeared in Amu, including ones who felt different. Lost and wild, they had become wayward when the balance between realms was disturbed by mortal affairs. But after investigating this phenomenon, Aurora discovered she could help these spirits return home by getting to the root of their pain. This was difficult work, but in it, Aurora found her life's purpose. She knew that continuing her research meant she had to explore the world outside of Amu. Though the idea of change made her nervous, the prospect of expanding her knowledge inspired Aurora to leave her home behind. It was during her travels that she encountered a wayward spirit who took the form of a monstrous, twisted elk. He was feral and afraid, lashing out with blood-stained antlers. Aurora was determined to calm him down, and though it took time, she earned his trust. But this spirit was unlike the others. With every attempt to help him, Aurora failed. Undeterred, she convinced the afflicted elk to travel with her, using her powers to tuck him away in the spirit realm as she worked to unravel his mystery. Having come across a number of spirit walkers as she traversed the Freljord, Aurora sought their advice, believing their ability to channel spirits may shed some light on what plagued her wayward companion. However, they too were at a loss, suggesting she find Udur, the tundras I got stuck in the Udur tundra, the tundra's most powerful spirit walker. Udur needed just one look to recognize the immense power of Aurora's spirit friend, but the fearsome elk was too lost to commune with. Instead, he encouraged her to ask the demigods for answer. Aurora decided to first search for the great ram, Orn. She traveled far through ice and snow to study the artifacts of his followers, the Heart Blood, hoping to land where they had worshipped him, learn where they had worshipped him. Only through her persistent research was she at last able to discern the location of Hearthhome. But where once stood a grand settlement was nothing but ruin and rubble. Aurora knew this was not as it appeared. Using her ability to open a doorway between realms, she stepped inside and was met with the great hall of Orn's forge, alive with roaring fire. Orn was not receptive to his new visitor, but in time he realized that she, like him, valued solitude and quiet. As she grew to trust her, Orn finally shared the name of Aurora's companion, Hestrir, one of Orn's siblings. Hestrelk, as he was once commonly called, was originally a powerful demigod, but with the waning worship of the old gods, many demigods had lost their identities and become distorted shadows of who they once were. This revelation about her wayward friend brought Aurora one step closer to helping him find his way home, but there was still a long journey ahead of her. From Orn, she learned about Isjarn, the cryo-phoenix who guides and protects the land while enduring an eternal cycle of birth, life, and death. Anivia. And though painful, Orn also spoke of his brother Valhir, whose relentless storm rages against the Freljord in his desperation to quench the Vorijard's bloodlust with the rains of war. What a bear. Believing these demigods hold the key to Hestrel's recovery, Aurora has left Hearthhome and now traverses through the material spirit realms of her frozen homeland in unwavering pursuit of their knowledge. Damn, so she's a researches demigods. That's crazy. Had no fucking clue. At all. I didn't know anything about her. Okay, but that's cool. Sad that she didn't get a single fucking side story. They just released her and be like, whatever. Maybe in the future. Okay, but I don't think there's any point in because Braum has more stuff. And I love Braum, dude. My goat. Yeah, he has a short story too. So Braum, we will continue next time. But we did all the A's, so that's something. And then we go immediately from B to G. There's not too many in Freljord. A few. They're all great though. So look forward to that. But then we will have to say goodbye for this time. And then we will be back in like 3 weeks maybe. Something like that. Because I'm taking a vacation and I'm going to Sweden to visit my family and friends and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be here for a while, sadly. You will have to be fine without me. We will hit the Wawas. Thank you so much for joining. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. I will try and upload this in 2 pieces, maybe. 1 champ per video. Why not? Do something like that. Minor editing so I don't lose my mind. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed. Have an amazing summer. Whatever you're gonna do with your summer. If you're gonna work, if you're gonna relax, if you're gonna go somewhere, spend some time with someone, anything. Go outside, touch grass. Fuck do I know. Whatever you do, I hope it's nice and that you enjoy it. And that it's not too hot. So careful, please. Don't forget to drink water. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you when I'm back from Sweden. Hej då! Bye bye!